Have all the participants joined?
Yes, ma'am.
If everyone is ready, then we can start.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Principal Ma'am, Seema Ma'am, dear teachers, and our participants. I welcome you all to Campus Talk, our own online talk show. I request Principal Ma'am to please give us permission to start the event.
Please do so.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, without taking any more of your time, let's start the show. Over to you, Himika.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I, Himika Kansal, the moderator of this show, welcomes you all to the Campus Talk, an online talk show. The theme for our show is Unprecedented Times Require Unprecedented Measures. Today, with me, I'm having a great panel. Let me introduce you all with my lovely panelists. Sahaj Sharma, an efficient speaker from Plus One Beta, Rashi Panwar, highly confident and passionate panelist from Plus One Gamma, Niharika Thakur, a persuasive speaker from Plus One Beta, Kritika Thakur, with very powerful and brilliant ideas from Plus One Beta, Shreya Bhardwaj, an impressive and talented panelist from Plus One Delta, Muskaan Thakur, an efficient and smart speaker from Plus One Beta, and Vritika Sethi with utmost perfection from Plus One Beta. As you all know that the theme for our show is unprecedented times require unprecedented measures. Life is not only the bed of roses. One has to face and deal with its thorns as well. There are unthreatening situations, and one has to face them courageously and bravely. As it is well known said, that unprecedented times makes a man a better human being. He learns deep insights during these unprecedented times only. So, as this can be seen in the current pandemic situation as well, that this is the real testing time for the entire humanity, and how people are helping each other during this pandemic time. So, now to more elaborate on this topic, I would request our panelist, Niharika Thakur, to share her views. Niharika, please.
Niharika, your voice is not audible.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Himika. Unprecedented times requires unprecedented measures. For example, let's look at the present day scenario. As we all know that a pandemic, coronavirus, is spreading worldwide. So how we deal with it is a real test for us. Life has many ways of testing a person's will, either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen at all once. Many leaders and governments are coming together to tackle the situation. Strong leaders are not built through words, but through actions. If we go back and see, history has also provided evidences that to tackle unprecedented situations, one need to think out of the box. It was Gandhiji's unprecedented rising against injustices that paved the way to India's independence. The thing that history teaches us is that two most powerful warriors are time and patience. One should look for something positive in each day, even if some days we have to look a little harder. Are there is because there is no glory without suffering, and mankind has been facing unprecedented situations since the beginning of life. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a ton of uncertainty, but the truth is there actually isn't. We can knock out a lot of unknowns with thoughtful research. As our physical spaces shrink, our virtual spaces are expanding. With the help of technology, we can stay connected with each other. Comeback is always stronger than the setback. The thing that we need to always remind ourselves is that being afraid of things going wrong is not a way to make things right. So, together, let's write our own story. Let's be unprecedented. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Niharika. It was really very wonderful talking to you. Now, let's come to our next panelist, Vritika Sethi. Vritika, what do you think that how this pandemic time has affected our education system?
Good afternoon, everyone. I think that it is absolutely true that unprecedented times have always made us more confident and more smart. It has always helped us in it has always helps us in coming situations which are unprecedented. We can relate this to our current situation when where the whole world is suffering from COVID-19. People thought that the educational institutions would be closed. Children thought that the schools would not open until this time. But the educational institutions have coped up with this technically. They have started online classes, Google Docs, and online assignments, etc., which have really helped the children in their studies. Our school was the only one in the city to start this online classes concept, and it has been really successful. It is estimated that 42.4% students are studying online, which has been a very smooth process. Education institutions, along with the education, have also concentrated upon the curricular activities for child growth. Our school also have organized various competitions like reading competition, cooking competitions, and we can take this live example of our talk show only. It has made us. It has made the system very successful. So I would like to say that the unprecedented measures have always required unprecedented measures have been successful in this unprecedented times. Thank you.
Himika, your mic, please.
Sorry. Yes, rightly said by Vritika that though schools are closed, but schools have come up with very good initiative of starting online classes. Studies of students are not compromised in any way. And you would be glad to know that our school was the first one to start online classes. So, thank you, Vritika. Now, coming on to our next panelist, Muskaan Thakur. Muskaan, please can you share your views on this pandemic?
Well, Himika, as you said, life is not only bed of roses. One has to face and deal with its thorns as well. If there are good times, there are bad times also. And this pandemic is one example of this. The one who survives is a real hero. The COVID-19 pandemic has thrown the world into a spin. People are forced to stay at their home, and millions of them have lost their jobs. But also, people are helping each other. Our medical staff is working as frontline warriors. Also, the teachers and the school management is trying their level best to make learning possible in every way. So, this pandemic is indeed one example of unprecedented times where unprecedented measures are required to counter it. It means when we have to face or deal with emergency situations, we feel stressed to come out of our comfort zone. Mankind has been facing these unprecedented times since the beginning of life. Many diseases, wars, accidents have been taken place in our future, but we deal with it. So, I would like to conclude by saying the greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Thank you.
It was really very wonderful, Muskan. Thank you. So, Let's move to our next panelist, Shreya Bhardwaj. Shreya, what do you think that how technology is playing an important role in this time of pandemic?
Not going far beyond the boundaries, I would like to say the present meeting we are in is a form of technology we are using in this pandemic. The meeting which is being held by DAV is a form of technology we are going through and we are enhancing our knowledge on it. Moreover, I believe we are underrating engineers right now. Of course, that is true that doctors and the people who are safety workers are the frontline warriors, but I believe engineers are doing their best to help us communicate along technology. This technology is helping us to carry on with their endeavors and future plans. Students, undergraduate people are carrying on with their degrees. Moreover, people are learning certain other things too. People are getting, no doubt, people are getting bored in their houses due to lockdown and many such things which are happening. But this technology, which is a help, which is salt in our lives right now, this technology is acting as salt in our lives, is helping us to create talents, to bloom with the talents. Secondly, we are more very well acquainted with the China topic, which is holding on our LAC. The security generals are dealing with it through technology. This technology is helping us in certain ways which would not have been possible without telesystem communication. This telesystem communication is helping technology in certain ways. Moreover, our education is being carried forward through this technology only. I would like to end up by saying if this technology wouldn't have been there, this lockdown have been more severe. As in many people are complaining that staying alone in home, they're facing kind of depression, they're facing loneliness. This loneliness is being covered through social media. Of course, social media should be used in a very sensitive and careful manner, but the social media is somehow helping people to get connected to each other. Their loneliness or aloof, the people are facing that aloof feeling where we are staying alone at home, separated from our near and dear ones. So this technology is somehow helping us to connect to them and surviving this pandemic situation. Thank you.
Yes, rightly said by Shreya Bhardwaj that technology is playing a very big role in this time of crisis. It was excellent, Shreya. Thank you. So let's move to our next panelist, Rashi Panwar. Rashi, what are your views on social media? What do you think that how social media is playing an important role in this time of pandemic?
It is true that at this time of social isolation, we are not able to meet our friends, teachers, relatives, and even most of the people are not able to meet their parents and family because they are at far places. Even interstate transport is restricted due to which they cannot travel to far places. Therefore, need of staying connected is more important thing now than ever. Social media has greatly helped to solve this problem. Consumers, they rely on social media for health and safety updates, for entertainment and means of maintaining a well-being by virtually interacting with their friends and family. In fact, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram has enjoyed 40% of usage spike at mid of March due to results of coronavirus. Some people are also spreading rumors on social media, but we should not believe on such rumors and should not spread it. As Vritika told, how our education system is affected, how teachers and students are communicating with each other through online classes. Students, teachers, and many other are doing work from home, which is only possible through social media. One more situation arises due to coronavirus, that is effect on physical and mental health of the people. As various gym centers are closed, most of the people are preferring indoor games and exercises. For them, yoga and exercise apps and classes are started, and therefore, healthy living of people is also maintained. Thank you.
Yes, I purely agree with you, Rashi, that social media is playing a crucial role during this phase of lockdown. Thank you, Rashi. It was really very wonderful. Now, coming on to our next panelist, Sahaj Sharma. Sahaj, what do you think that how this pandemic situation or coronavirus has helped an individual for their personal growth?
Yes, Himika. First of all, I totally agree with my friend Rashi's claims on social media helping us go through these tough times. And adding on to that list, I would like to say that people have not only conquered ways to keep their social status alive, but have also developed themselves, and seeing people switching to their introspective approaches through exercising, yoga, and meditation, and various other recreational activities uh, certainly rises the levels of optimism. As we all know, a positive individual is the key to a positive society. So, maintaining a healthy balance of body and mind becomes the top priority in this pandemic. Now, we cannot turn a blind eye towards the rising mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and bulimia. I think we all know by now that if these ailments are unattended, they do not end well. So it becomes really important for us to be and make people aware of it. One can engage themselves into activities like meditation, paintings, and anything that helps them reflect into their inner conscious and take benefit from it. I can proudly say this as a DAVian that our school has made sure to always uplift our personalities and impart knowledge and values in us by organizing various fun activities and competitions on a regular basis. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sahaj. Yes, Sahaj, you correctly said that school is organizing activities, competitions, and many programs from time to time. And all this has helped in overall development of students. Thank you, Sahaj. It was really very wonderful. Now, let's come to our next panelist, Kritika Thakur. Kritika, can you provide us some measures that we can formulate in our day to day lives to avoid this coronavirus?
Yeah, it's indeed true that unprecedented times requires unprecedented measures, and this can be seen in the current pandemic situation as well, which is a real testing time on entire humanity. And in this tough time, we see how generously people are helping each other. People across the world are dealing with this situation, the pandemic, courageously and proactively. Until the cure is found, people will have to follow safety measures meticulously. They must not lower their guard, wearing masks, washing hands frequently, maintaining social distancing, and taking care of their health is the only way to deal with this unprecedented time. Though everyone wants to turn the page on COVID 19 as soon as possible, but lessons are inevitable, and it's up to each of us to decide if those lessons are right. So it's time to give up conventional thinking based on stereotypes and finally start acting from a moral perspective. After all, our best bet is a happy future for all who live on this earth, our common home. So this pandemic is indeed one example of unprecedented time where unprecedented measures are needed to counter it. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with you, Kritika, that we should take some measures to avoid this crisis. We should wear our mask when we step out from home. We should regularly sanitize our hands if possible or wash our hands. Thank you, Kritika. It was really very wonderful. As we all know that whenever human beings face problem, they come up with very good approaches and unique ideas to face all the problems. So let's come to the end of this talk show. So let's wind up this talk show with final words from some of our panelists. Anyone?
Yeah. At last, I would like to say that our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Difficulties are meant to rouse, not discourage. The human spirit is to grow strong by conflict. I would further add on an example that the same boiling water that hardens the potato, that softens the potato, hardens the egg. It's about what you're made of, not the circumstances. We are in this time together and we'll get through this together. No matter how much it hurts right now, one day you'll look back and realize that it made you stronger. Thank you.
Thank you, Niharika. It was excellent. Anyone else?
Yes, I would like to say that I completely agree with what Niharika said. Unprecedented times requires that we need to be confident and we should be calm and positive. Stressing and getting feared is not the solution. But we have to be confident. We should have self confidence in ourselves and never lose hope. And by this, we can explore new measures in this unprecedented times. So, at last, I would like to say that self confidence is the most beautiful thing that one can wear. It is the most powerful weapon that one can use in this unprecedented times. Thank you.
So, by this, we come to the conclusion of our campus talk. But we cannot conclude a talk without thanking few people. First of all, I would like to thank our principal ma'am for giving us this such a great opportunity and encouraging and guiding us. Thank you, ma'am. Nextly, I would like to thank all the teachers for being such a great audience. Once again, I thank everyone for being a part of this show. Thank you.
Thank you, Himika, for putting up such a wonderful show. I congratulate all the participants. Now I request Miss Shivani, one of our audiences, to give us her feedback, please. Shivani ma'am, you are not audible. No, ma'am. Meanwhile, I request Sunita ma'am to please share her views with us.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good afternoon to everyone. Uh, and thank you. I would like to thank Principal Ma'am, first of all, for providing this platform to students, as well as she has given us opportunity to listen to such good ideas, such brilliant ideas expressed by students. Means it's really glad to know that our students have such positive ideas, even though the times are really very difficult. No doubt, these are the times of crisis, but keeping a positive state of mind is very, very important, which I have means while I was listening to all my students, I was really happy that they all are looking the positive side of all the things. No doubt times are difficult, but we need to, as our students have expressed, we need to keep this thing in mind that we have to be creative, go for the positive things, yoga, technology, means all these things are definitely making a difference in our life, and we are trying to adopt them in our life. That I would like to say only this, that things are difficult, but we should keep this idea in mind that nothing is everlasting. Things will definitely change, and let's hope and not stop praying till this pandemic of COVID-19 is over. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent result, excellent work.
Over
Thank
to you,
you.
Shivani.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, now you are audible.
A very good afternoon to everyone, respected principal ma'am, Seema ma'am, my dear colleagues, and dear students. It was a great pleasure listening to you all, and I am very happy the way you all have expressed yourselves on such a topic. And as Sunita ma'am said, you all are very positive in this. When the session started, I had this thing in my mind that I will mention the names of some of the best speakers over here. but I don't think I need to do this. You all were brilliant. Very well done, children. Yes, I do agree with some of you who had put this point, like we need to be very, positive in this time, at this moment, at this time of the pandemic, where most of the people, as Shreya said and Sahaj also mentioned, that most of the people are feeling lonely at home, people are going into depression. So it is the time we need to find out, we need to be self-aware, like we do the first life skill every time in the school. We need to be self-aware, we need to take out the positive points in ourselves. So it was really a great experience listening to you all, and I would like to thank ma'am especially for making us a part of this session. A special congratulations from my side to the host. Himika, you have done a wonderful job, beta, and all the
Thank you,
panelists as
ma'am.
well. And congratulations to the organizers as well. Thank you so much, Veta ma'am.
Thank you, Shivani, for such nice comments and for your encouraging words. I would also like Seema ma'am to please share her views with us. Seema ma'am.
Very good afternoon to everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good afternoon to everyone, especially to my dear children. Really, I am feeling so proud of you. Ki you have so positivity every day. We are thinking that ki how inculcate the positivity, whether our children they are under stress or not, what we should do. But after listening to you, I found this thing, and I am very confident now. Sure, my children will never fall. They will always rise. And thank you very much. It was wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, finally, I request our principal, ma'am, to please guide our students with her motivating words.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Shweta,
Thank
for
you, ma'am.
coordinating such a wonderful session.
Thank you,
The
ma'am.
host, Himika, did a wonderful job. Needless to say, each one of the participants, they had given their best. And as far as the school is concerned, school has only given a platform to these children. And not just grabbing this opportunity and coming up to the expectation or beyond our expectation. That is what our children have done today. The content which was present, that shows that they had done a lot of research before speaking, and different children came up with different ideas. It wasn't that the same thing was being spoken by all of them. So that is something to be appreciated about. And as each one of you had said that, yes, this time we need to be positive. That is certainly there. I would add a few things to it. This, I feel that this particular time is like a pause button put into our lives by God. And He expects us to do certain things during this time, especially the children listening to me. If you look back those 14, 15, maybe 16 years of your life, I think you never got a chance to actually meet the real you, because you never looked inwards. So this is a chance given to you by nature, by universe, to meet yourself. So please make best use of this time. And question doesn't arise going into depression and all. Why? You are already, the school is ensuring that you are very busy. And we are, apart from academics, like you mentioned, a lot of activities are being conducted. In addition to that, find out time for yourself. Look internally, see what are you made of, what God has made you. And then only you will realize your true potential. 30 or 40 years down the line, when you will look back, you should be saying that, yes, 2020 was the year that changed me, that showed me what I can do in life. So please make best use of this time. As it is said that unprecedented times require unprecedented measures. So the measures that you have to take, it should not be just coping up with the situation. It should be defining your future course of path. So very well done, all the students. and overall a wonderful show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Your words will certainly infuse all of us with positivity, optimism, and we will follow your guidelines and ideas, and it will certainly help us. Finally, in the end, I request all of you to please follow the ideas which we have shared here and make this time of pandemic something which helps us to grow and we all become better human beings. So let us call it off a day. Thank you, everyone. And special thanks to our principal, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.